My name is Lily Franklin. This is the informative speech, and today is February 25th, 2016. Have you ever wondered how your body functions? How does it move? What parts work together to get the job done? I know I have. Our bodies are like magnificent works of art, each one different than the other. There are many different layers to it that all come together to form who we are and how each of us operate. The muscles inside us only make up a small portion of our body, but without each type of muscular tissue, our bodies would literally fall apart. We might not all look the same on the outside, but we are all made with the same parts on the inside. We all have the same organs, same bones, and the same muscular tissues. You can also find the same muscular tissues in the same areas of our body. Today I'm going to discuss the 3 different types of muscular tissue in our body. I will tell you where they are found, how they move, and I will also describe what they look like. First, I will discuss the skeletal muscle, then the smooth muscle, and lastly the cardiac muscle. Let's start off with the skeletal muscle. The unknown author of the website article titled Structure and Functions of Muscular Tissue state that skeletal muscle can be found anywhere that there is a bone. These muscles are connected to the bone, so they allow movements of pretty much any part of your body. You use skeletal muscle when you walk, write, bend your arm, and so on and so forth. The movement of the skeletal muscle is voluntary. According to the unknown author of the website article titled Comparing the 3 Types of Muscle Tissue, voluntary means that it can be controlled. An example would be walking. This article also says that the nerve fibers found in muscular tissue carry messages to and from the brain and spinal cord, which signals your body to move. Your brain knows what movement you want to make, so the body will respond accordingly. This is what the skeletal muscle looks like. As you can see, this muscle has some intricate details to it. If you look closely, you will be able to see that the muscle is striated. This means that the muscle appears to have stripes. According to the Cells and Tissues chapter of Elaine Mariob's book, the skeletal muscle is multinucleate. This means that each muscle has more than one nucleus. These are the striations, and the dark spots are the nuclei. Now let's talk about the smooth muscle. The smooth muscular tissue can be found in many important organs in your body. These organs are the stomach, intestines, gallbladder, urinary bladder, and also the airways to your lungs. Elaine Mariob also says the smooth muscle helps the organs contract so they are able to perform the functions that they need to. The website article, Structure and Functions of Muscular Tissue, says that the smooth muscle is also responsible for helping the food move along the digestive tract, and it helps it break down further. Smooth muscle also contracts slower than the other types of tissue. You do not have to tell your organs to do their job. You do not have to do any weird movements to get them to work. Your body automatically knows what each organ is supposed to do and when it is supposed to do it. This will be considered an involuntary movement. An involuntary movement means that they cannot be consciously controlled. Involuntary is basically another word for automatic. This is what the smooth muscle looks like. This particular type of muscle is the only one that is not striated. The cells in the smooth muscle are uninucleate, meaning there is only one nucleus in them. The smooth muscle is also spindle-shaped, so it has a point on each end. These are the points on the ends, and then that's the nucleus. Last, and probably the most important, the cardiac muscle. The cardiac muscle would obviously be found in the heart. If there were not any cardiac muscles in our heart, it would not be able to do what it needs to do. It would not be able to work at all, therefore our hearts would be worthless. The article Structure and Functions of Muscular Tissue says that the cardiac muscle moves involuntarily. It would be very difficult to keep our hearts pumping if we had to do it manually. We rely on our hearts for a lot of things inside our body. If it weren't for our heart, blood would not be able to flow throughout the body, therefore our organs would not be able to work. It is very important that the heart moves involuntarily because we do not have to worry about trying to make our hearts work on our own. As you can see, the cardiac muscle branches out a lot of different ways. Like the skeletal muscle, cardiac muscle has striations. And similarly to the smooth muscle, cardiac muscle is also uninucleate. Chapter 3 of Elaine Mayer's book states that cardiac muscles are short and they fit together at junctions which are called intercalated discs. These junctions allow ions to pass from cell to cell. These are the striations in the cardiac muscle, and that's the intercalated disc, and the dark spots are the nuclei. Although the cardiac muscle takes up the least amount of space, in my opinion, is the most important. I become overwhelmed when I think about the many different things inside our body. It's crazy to think that there are over 200 bones, about 78 organs, lots of blood, water, cells, tissues, and so much more stuffed into one body. Today I went over where the 3 types of muscular tissue are found, how they move, and what they look like. The skeletal muscle helps all 206 bones move, the smooth muscle helps many of the organs work, and the cardiac muscle helps pump the heart so it can send blood throughout the body and keep things flowing. There are so many different aspects to all 3 types of muscular tissue, but it is amazing to see how it all comes together to help our bodies function.